Hello and happy Thursday. I know I probably look like night and day from the Tuesday post, well, technically Wednesday post, but anywho, um, welcome to the Thursday Health Coach PSA. And for those of you who are new to my YouTube channel, my name is Amber Stewart. I am a health coach, life coach, and a master trainer. And I am the owner of the Stew Project, where I help people maximize their living potential by simply taking emphasis on wellness. And I help people who deal with mental health issues, chronic stress, or looking to reduce joint pain or relieve chronic conditions. And I help them release the roadblocks or the mental blocks that are keeping them from living their healthier, happier lives. And I give them the tools to keep those changes and to be consistent in their health habits for the rest of their lives. And today, I wanted to talk about the devil's triad, because I'm not sure if you know about this unless you are familiar with functional medicine and getting to the root cause. But the devil's triad is typically hormone imbalance, inflammation, and fatigue. And the root cause of that is the stress. And if you didn't know, I call myself the stress alchemist because of my ability to solve problems and to reduce stress. So, what often happens is that our health gets off balance because of stress. Whether you want to say it or not, like if you come into the doctor because of fatigue, irregular menstrual cycle, loss of sex drive, headaches, irritability, mood swings, depression, if you lose your edge, you no longer find enjoyment out of the things that you used to find joyful, low energy, low desire, muscle loss, typically your doctor will give you a prescription for depression or anxiety, and they will just tell you to go to a therapist or something, or just work on your stress. Or if they find out that your cholesterol is high, then they would just give you cholesterol medicine instead of looking and testing your adrenals to see if stress is the culprit. Because one thing that you may not know is that a lot of doctors, they skip doing adrenal testing to see if your adrenals are overworked and taxed, just because the insurance, they usually give the doctors flack about it and they don't want to pay for it because of insurance reasons. They say, well, this wasn't a marker, or there isn't a real reason for you to test for this. But most people don't go to the doctor because they're stressed out. They usually go because of aches and pains, and they don't want to say like, oh, well, hey doc, my job is killing me, or my job is a lot of pressure, is horrible. They usually just say, doc, what do I need so I can keep working my job, so I can keep meeting these demands? I mean, it's life. But, that's why I'm here. That's why I do these health coach PSAs, to educate and inform you. So, first things first, let's talk about hormones, because when we're stressed or we have chronic physical, emotional, relational, or environmental stress, our bodies can become taxed and our reproductive hormones suffer. Progesterone, testosterone, and all those other hormones that are necessary for us to maintain proper mood, to maintain a healthy metabolism, those can get off balanced when we are feeling extra stressed out because our cortisol. So when we're stressed, if it's a short-term stress, that our brain will trigger cortisol to be released, and when cortisol released, our heart rate goes up, our hunger tends to go away, because back in Neanderthal times, we were like, oh, there is a serious risk. There's something chasing me. There's an emergency. And so you get in flight or fight mode. And if the stressor takes longer, that feedback mechanism in your brain triggers down to your adrenals, and which sits on top of your kidneys. It triggers to your adrenals like, oh, we need more energy, so keep pumping and keep that energy rising. And so this is why you're stressed. This is why you're always wired, because of that positive feedback loop saying to keep pumping cortisol. And if it goes long enough, that feedback is going to tell you like, hey, we're low in energy, get some sugar, or get some quick carbs so we can process it quickly, so we can keep the demand high of the cortisol, so we can keep protecting ourselves, because at the end of the day our body is just trying to protect ourselves. And what happens is that if this happens for a long time, if we're not mentally able to calm down or to manage our stress, the cortisol is going to have to be continuously produced more than our body can make it, and so more than we have the resources for our body to make it. And so our cortisol hormones may steal from other hormones, like the sex hormones like testosterone and progesterone and pregnenolone. If I said that wrong, I'll put in a whatever. You'll know how to spell it. But those other hormones that are very necessary for us to keep our mood and for our bodies to maintain balance. And so when the cortisol starts stealing from other hormones, we become imbalanced. We get irritable. We get mood swings. We get cravings, and all of these other things that we don't really need to happen in our body, just because we're trying to protect ourselves from something that probably doesn't even exist, because most of the stress that comes in our lives are mental. And if it is, I understand that we have like financial stress or stress that we physically have to deal with, like we work in stressful jobs, but that's where we have to work with a health coach to learn methods to offset that stress so we can be more resistant to it in the long run. So when our body gets off balance and we're still producing all that cortisol, our body will produce excess cholesterol to make more hormones to meet the demand. And if there's a toxicity issue such as excess mercury, then our body will make excess cholesterol to protect our brains. And so this is why lowering cholesterol is a bad idea if you don't know why the cholesterol is high in the first place. So if your doctor just looks at your overall cholesterol level and just says, oh, your cholesterol is high, we need to lower it, without figuring out why your cholesterol is high, then you have a serious problem, because the cholesterol could be trying to make up for the hormonal imbalance. And I'm not sure if a lot of doctors do full hormonal or adrenal balance tests. Like I said, insurance has a big role to play with it, and whether they will whether they will compensate you for it. And I know a lot of people are like, well, I just want whatever work that my insurance is going to pay for. And you're really limiting your health, and that's why you get on cholesterol medicine to lower your cholesterol, but you're still probably a little lethargic, or you still may have mood issues. And so then you get on antidepressants to fix your mood, but you still may not feel 100%. And that is because maybe you have a toxicity issue and your body is trying to protect you by making more cholesterol, and you are offsetting that by lowering the cholesterol. And so the hormones are still not getting to be replaced the way that they should. So hopefully this makes sense. One of the best ways to reset your body, because this is a very easy fix, it's very easy to rebalance your hormones, to reduce your stress, and to reduce the fatigue, and that is with a detox. And this is one thing that I do with my clients in my all-inclusive programs. Start them off on a 10-day detox. And one thing that makes my detox different is that it is a nutritional holistic detox. So you will be eating food during the process, because your body knows how to detox naturally. You don't have to force your body to do anything. It already knows what to do. It's smarter than you. That's why when you have cravings to eat food that's not really healthy, or that's over saturated in fats or salt, it overcompensates for it by storing it in the fat stores. And so if you didn't know, your fat cells store a lot of toxins to protect you. If your digestion system isn't working properly, by eating all from overstress or from eating those unhealthy meals, then you can get leaky gut, and that can offset your mood, and that can make it very difficult for your hormones to stay in balance because your nutrients aren't being absorbed correctly. So when undigested food particles leak into the bloodstream from the holes in your digestive lining, a cascade of pro-inflammatory chemicals can become the norm, and this can cause chronic inflammation. And usually short-term inflammation is good. Just think of when your body starts to you get a cut and it swells up and it becomes inflamed. That's just your body rushing to that area to try to protect it. But if you're constantly pumping unhealthy food in your body, and you're constantly ingesting chemicals from unorganic foods, this can create a pro-inflammatory response and cause chronic inflammation, because your entire body can get inflamed, and this causes a plethora of health issues, not only cardiovascular issues, but also autoimmune issues, because your body can just be like, what the F, and just go around the entire body trying to protect itself. And this chronic inflammation can also offset the hormone imbalance. So it's like a vicious cycle that can play in with the stresses as well. And so this is why it's very important to detox, and why it's good to have a professional with you when you detox, especially if you're dealing with cholesterol issues, diabetes, or high blood pressure. And even if you feel like, oh, I don't have time. That's another thing that has that's different about my detox, is that it incorporates physical activity and mindfulness, so that you will be able to problem solve and actually reduce your stress, so you can stop your hormone imbalance, so you can stop the demand of cortisol, because that's the root cause. High cholesterol isn't the problem, the stress is the problem. And so once you're able to calm down and figure out what is stressing you out, because you may not have a stressful life, you could just be taking in a lot of toxins in your body. You may city area, or if you stay in the city where you don't get a lot of sunlight, that can affect your mood too. That can affect your stress too. If you're in an unhealthy relationship environment, that can affect your stress. And if you're constantly worrying about certain things, that can affect your stress, and that can affect your health issue, your health. And so when you go to the doctor, you're not going to say, hey doc, I'm stressed out, can you help me with my stress? No, you're going to say, hey, help me with my mood, help me with these headaches. And then you're going to end up taking a lot of medication to ease your symptoms, but you're not solving the problem. And so this is one reason why I like holistic or functional medicine, because we get to the root cause and we stop it from coming. And then we give you the tools to help you learn how to keep going in a healthier, happier state without relapses. So you won't have to keep going back and forth to the doctor like, hey, it happened again. So I hope this helps. If you're interested, I am doing a 21-day nutritional reset cleanse, which is a extended version of the 10-day cleanse that I do with my all-inclusive coaching programs. So that will be kicking off in January. If you're interested, you can find more information at thestewproject.com. If you want more information on my all-inclusive programs, where I do health coaching, life coaching, and personal training all in one program, so that you can reduce your stress, improve your health, and sculpt your body goals. Whether you have joint pain or chronic stress, or you don't have the time, like, I help you find the time because I'm a stress alchemist. And I can help you be a stress alchemist too. But yeah, if you want to join the mailing list where I give out wonderful tips, my weekly dose of wellness newsletter every Wednesday, then you can click the link below. I know I have all the links in the caption section to answer any of your questions, and I hope this helps, and take care of yourselves.